If you look at ancient India, the message was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That translates into one world, one family. 70% of India, people still live in the villages. And for them to have the opportunity to have education, healthcare, nutrition is completely a difficult thing today.
वन वर्ड वन फैमिली फाउंडेशन 3 पिलर्स पे काम करता है, न्यूट्रिशन, education and healthcare.
Government schools, they give you free lunch. Bachche log, they were coming on bukha stomach. They can't focus. So this ability to give free nutrition breakfast. And so we started with 50 children. Now 10 million children every morning, 5 days a week. So the way it's working now is 3 pillars. One is Sarkara. We work with the government of a local state. We work with Samaja, which is the people. And then Sanstha, which is our institution, which is one world, one family. That is the ecosystem that's supporting these 10 million children.
600 बेड का फ्री हॉस्पिटल बनाना बहुत बड़ी बात है इंडिया.
This cause is to build this 600-bed hospital, largest free hospital in India. That's going to be inaugurated by Narendra Modi on the 20th of November. That cause is really to build the awareness among the Houston community.
इसकी ट्रांसपेरेंसी रहे वो चीज़ कैसे मैनेज करते हैं?
We actually publish all our information on financials. Our operating cost is 0.2% of everything we raise. So we are currently in 100 countries. People from all over the world have...
Vivek ji, thank you so much for coming to Saparnama with Shilpi, and thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule, and welcome to Saparnama with Shilpi family.
Thank you so much for having me, Shilpi ji. It's a pleasure to be here.
Cool. Vivek, the name One Word, One Family,
Right.
is the powerful name.
Right.
So powerful words.
Right.
What does it truly mean to the foundation, and how is it reflected to your work?
Right. So let me just give you the story, because then you'll understand it. So, we're all Sathya Sai Baba devotees. So when he passed away in 2011, his student, a brilliant student called Madhusudan Sai, wanted to follow the dictates of his guru, whose mantra was love all, serve all. That was Sathya Sai Baba's mantra, love all and serve all. So and Sathya Sai Baba had set up 2 free hospitals in Andhra Pradesh and one in Bangalore, completely free. So he decided that that's his mission in life. He wanted to start that. And if you look at ancient India, the message was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That translates into one world, one family. So he actually gave that name based on our ancient principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is the story behind it.
Nice. तो ये आपके काम से कैसे जुड़ता है?
हाँ, so क्या हुआ that I met him actually 2016 में मैं उसकी मुलाकात हुई श्री मधुसूदन साई, and I was really taken up by this idea of giving back. If you think of हमारे जो पैदा हुआ था, that was in India, that's our मातृभूमि. US हमारी कर्मी भूमि है, right? So we need to do work in both areas, and I really like the fact that he was focusing on service, especially if you think of my name is actually Vivekananda. I'm named after Swami Vivekananda. And Vivekananda's philosophy was, if you can't help your community, if you can't help your family, at least think of somebody other than yourself.
Exactly.
Think of somebody that you could help in life, whether it's volunteering, whether you want to help financially, kuch bhi, but at least do something other than... So that really stuck with me that, we've all gone to temples, we do our prayers, we do some volunteer work, but the ability to bring some meaningful experience to rural India, and this is the most important part of this discussion, is that 70% of India, people still live in the villages. And for them to have the opportunity to have education, healthcare, nutrition, is completely a difficult thing today. And in ancient India, this is in Gurukul India, it was not a right, a privilege tha. It was a privilege to give free nutrition, free education, free healthcare to every child.
Yeah.
So he brought that Sanatana Dharma back to this today's age. And that was very meaningful. इसलिए मैं उनके साथ जुड़ गया.
वन वर्ड वन फैमिली फाउंडेशन 3 पिलर्स पे काम करता है.
जरूर.
न्यूट्रिशन,
education
healthcare. And healthcare.
Right.
Can you please walk us through that how these services are delivered?
Very good question. So starting in 2012, this young man called Anand Kadali was asked by Madhusudan Sai to go to a government school and give for 50 children breakfast. Because क्या हो रहा है इंडिया में, government schools, they give you free lunch. in all government schools across India. That is, Narendra Modi has made that as a mandate. But morning nutrition hai, so the bacche log, they were coming on bukha stomach, right? They can't focus on their teacher, what his teacher is teaching them. They're actually undernourished. They're actually stunted, weight loss. So this ability to give a free nutrition breakfast was a big deal. And so we started with 50 children. Now 10 million children every morning, 5 days a week get. And so the question is, what could you give them? So because it is expensive, so we actually give them ragi. So we have actually developed a millet drink, like it's called Sai Sure, and you mix that with milk and you give that as a drink to them. And that has made a huge difference because now the children are excited. The parents are now excited to send the children to school. Kabhi kabhi they were not sending the children to school because they want to work on the farm. Ye kheti karo, take the cows to the pasture. But now seeing the children learning and becoming strong, the parents are involved. The teachers are excited. A lot of times in government schools, teachers nahi aate the. They would not come even to teach because the children were not coming. So now the parents, the teachers, sab ikhatte hue hain. So the way it's working now is 3 pillars. One is Sarkara. We work with the government of a local state, jo Karnataka. We are actually in 20 states in India now. We work with Samaja, which is the people. I talked about the teachers. And then Sanstha, which is our institution, which is One World, One Family. Hum sab ikhatte hoke, that is the ecosystem that's supporting these 10 million children every morning. And the goal is to go to 50 million by 2030. So you can see the stretch goal.
I believe आप उससे पहले अचीव कर लेंगे वो.
From your mouth to God's ears.
नहीं, क्योंकि सुबह सुबह किसी को खाना खिलाना
जरूर
ऊपर से बच्चों को, और उसके तीनों चीज़ें इसकी सॉल्व हो रही है. उनकी न्यूट्रिशन मिल रहा है उनको. आप मिलेट्स को आप जागरूक बना रहे हैं बच्चों के लिए कि बच्चे आकर के मिलेट्स वाला फूड ले रहे हैं. मतलब
प्रोटीन
सबसे ज़्यादा हेल्दी है, आपको प्रोटीन मिल रहा है.
जरूर.
आपको आपने जैसे बताया कि 3 पिलर्स पे काम करते हैं, कि न्यूट्रिशन भी मिल रहा है, चाइल्ड केयर जो बच्चों की हेल्थ है उस पे भी आपका काम हो रहा है. सो या दैट्स अमेजिंग.
यस, सो दैट इज द न्यूट्रिशन प्रोग्राम. सो व्हेन वी हैव अ फिलॉसफी दैट वी से लेट्स गेट 1 rupee फ्रॉम सरकारा, 1 rupee from Samstha, and 1 rupee from the Janta ke. So that really is the formula.
That's nice. तो आपने बताया कर्नाटका के पास कुछ रूरल एरियाज हैं वहाँ. उसके अलावा भी कुछ जगहों के नाम बता सकते हैं?
Yeah. So we are actually in now in Uttarakhand, we are in Assam, we are in UP, Madhya Pradesh. We are actually in 20 states in India doing this free
उत्तराखंड में कहाँ पर?
So Raiwala is one place, then some other smaller cities as well, all in rural government schools. We don't go to the cities. So tier 3 towns, tier 4 towns. So अगर आपको काशीपुर और रुद्रपुर में शुरू होना है, then let me know and I'll get the people organized.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
उत्तराखंड इसलिए पूछा, मैं खुद उत्तराखंड से हूँ.
जरूर.
तो
yeah.
एक कनेक्शन तो वो हमेशा रहेगा.
100%.
जैसा आपने बोला था वो हमारी जन्मभूमि है, ये कर्मभूमि है. तो हाँ, उसके अलावा आप बता रहे हैं कि मध्य प्रदेश में भी है.
हाँ, जरूर. So we actually, ऐसे होता है कि we start with trying to get to the chief minister. Okay. And say, here is our track record. This is, we're spending, 10 million children every morning.
जी.
So ये कैसा हो रहा है?
जी.
Then we said, this is the formula. The government, the janta and our institution, इकट्ठे होके, मिलके, unity in diversity. We all come together. And when you have come together, that power of coming together is like, then when the goal is noble and the motive is pure, then divine intervention happens.
इसकी ट्रांसपेरेंसी रहे, वो चीज़ कैसे मैनेज करते हैं?
हाँ, so you won't believe this, but we actually publish all our information on financials. Our operating cost is 0.2% of everything we raise, because it's all volunteer based. Now some of the people who are in the ashram are actually paid, but they're paid below market. But they want to do it because they want to do it for the people of India. So it's very, very,
बहुत सारे volunteers आपके जो हैं, they are, they're professionals like you. You're an entrepreneur, and some teachers, some engineers. So what draws them to give their time and dedication to this cause?
It's a very good question. So India there's a unique thing that we don't have in America. India they have something called corporate social responsibility, where 2% of the net profits of every company should be dedicated for for good work. So we have a team that actually goes and approaches them and says, look, we're doing this nutrition, we're doing education, we're doing healthcare. So those professionals are excited. The young people like you, Shilpi and Lalit, because they're busy in their jobs. This is people like Hewlett Packard or, Procter and they say, kya, aap ye kar rahe hain? So they're so excited. They want to come and volunteer on the weekend or for the education. But on the weekdays, they come at 5 o'clock in the morning, say from Bangalore, to come to the rural village and spend an hour, see the children. And they're really, really excited. That's what I'm excited about. The young people of India still have that idealism to give back.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
आप भी, I'm sure you have seen it
जो
also.
आप CSR बता रहे हैं, ये हम अगर मैं प्रोफेशनल्स की बात करूँ, हम अपने कोर्स में भी पढ़ते हैं ये चीज़, तो
क्या
तब
बात
से
है?
आपके
Really?
या
I didn't know that.
हमने पढ़ा है इसके बारे में, और
अच्छा.
तब से एक दिमाग में आता है कि हाँ, ये चीज़ तो करनी ही है, तो शायद इसी वजह से यूथ और ज्यादा आगे आ रहा है.
Yes, exactly.
कि जो चीज पढ़ी है वो तो करना ही करना है.
Correct. Like मकसद चाहिए ना. So
बिल्कुल.
that is the key. So when they hear about ये free education दे रहे हैं, free healthcare दे रहे हैं, free nutrition, so when they come and see the children in the school, they get so excited. They say, we want to come and not only give the money from CSR, but we want to volunteer.
बिल्कुल.
And that's why we get across the board, We have vice presidents coming, CEOs coming. They just, they touches their head and heart. Don't know. So when that happens, then the magic happens.
True.
And we just say, you volunteer, agar you want to come once a week or once a month, kuch bhi. And yeah.
One Family Foundation ने 1 billion से ज्यादा मील सर्व किए हैं.
Right, that's right.
20,000 प्लस बच्चों को पढ़ाया है.
Right.
और लाखों लोगों का इलाज कराया है.
That's right.
बहुत सारी स्टोरीज होंगी.
हाँ.
क्या इसमें से कोई एक स्टोरी आप हमारे साथ शेयर करना
जरूर.
चाहेंगे?
I had gone to a village in Karnataka and we were talking to this, young men and women. And so they were, young, maybe like 12, 13. So he said, what do you do? I said, well, I work in corporate America. I'm an executive in a company. He said, what would you like to do? मैं डॉक्टर बनना चाहता हूँ. And then another girl said, मैं इंजीनियर बनना चाहता हूँ. Another girl said, मैं lawyer बन. But didn't have the opportunity. So how do you? So that really touched us. That is how this concept of the first free medical college in India was inaugurated by Narendra Modi in 2023. 100% free for rural boys and rural girls. They had to come from a village. You won't believe it, Shilpi, they're actually children of daily wage laborers, farmers, and some of them don't even have jobs. So we had to teach them English. We had to train them for 1 year to take the entrance exam. You can't get in. It's like IIM or IIT. There's something called the NEET, National Education Exam for Medical College. And so we taught them English, we taught them, and then 1 year later, they passed the exam. So now we have 150 boys and girls in the 3 years of medical college. Every one of them has passed in first class. So what that teaches you, the reason I'm saying this, that my bada shahar mein tha, even though I've been all over India, I grew up, my education was in a big city, college was in big, but our native intelligence is so high. छोटे-छोटे शहरों में, छोटे-छोटे village, they're really, really smart, but they just haven't had the opportunity.
बिल्कुल.
And the education is the secret. But the other big deal for ladies especially, क्या हो रहा था ये village में, they were getting them married off at 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to be a burden. And so this has completely changed the equation.
That's true, and that's a bitter truth.
Yes.
Harsh reality.
Right.
But yeah,
that has completely changed because now they see these girls, working hard, studying, whether they're really, we don't offer engineering yet, but we offer all the sciences and medical college, teaching, business management, MBA. They're seeing these children and becoming really independent. And the parents themselves come and so we insist that the parents of these boys and girls come and volunteer for 2 weeks a year. Whether it's in medical college or in the education, so they can feel for themselves kya ho raha hai, So they're also brought into the ecosystem. So that's how this ability to scale is, because everybody is excited.
बिल्कुल.
You can see the difference. You haven't seen some of the pictures of the education institution. You'll be blown away. In fact, the 600-bed hospital jo ban raha hai na,
जी.
it's built on the Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. सारे लोग आए थे last year. I was there also last April. We took them to Capitol. They looked at it and said, this is the kind of building we're going to build. So I'll show you a picture of that later.
I would love to see.
Yeah.
600 बेड का फ्री हॉस्पिटल
Completely
बनाना
free.
बहुत बड़ी बात है इंडिया.
जरूर.
तो ये सोच कहाँ से आई?
क्या हुआ that we realized that in India you keep building these hospitals, but lack of doctors are there. There's no doctors because
That's absolutely
they
correct.
and these doctors who do go from the small towns, they want to because they take in loan lete hai na, so they want to go to the big cities, whether it's
जी
Bombay, Calcutta, to earn the money to pay the loans.
जी
So we realized that no, we need to build a rural medical college where we give them completely, in fact, you won't believe it, we give the girls the salwar kameez, saris, all free. They don't even have that amount of clothing. And I'll tell you a story. One of the, just to give you the story, this girl had come to get the interview, right? And the doctor was talking to her. And first the mother came. And it was going to close at 5 o'clock in the evening. The mother came. And then the doctor said, okay, your daughter is coming. Where is she? She says, no, my daughter will come. So it's 5:30, the daughter came running. I said, why are you so late? Your mother told me you're coming at 5 o'clock. She said, sir, we only have one sari between us. I had to change into my mother's sari and come. So that's the kind of stories that people don't really realize, right?
ये किस एरिया की बात हो रही है कुछ idea?
Andhra Pradesh.
आंध्र प्रदेश
Yeah, one village in Andhra. But the point is that by giving them the clothing free, we give them the books, everything 100% free. Unka gratitude hota hai na. So they want to go back. We make them sign a 5-year bond after they finish MBBS. If they're doing postgraduate, then 7 years to go back to their village or any other village anywhere in India, and they have to serve in the village. Whether you're OBGYN, whether you're doing any kind of other kind of specialty, that bond they sign. So that's why it's so meaningful.
ये चीज़ रूरल एरिया के हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम को कैसे चेंज कर सकता है?
So here's the statistics, right? US में it's 1 doctor per 1,000 people.
जी
India it's 1 to 22,000. Right? So how many hospitals can you build? So what we've started now is that it's a three-tier. We've got this big hospital, a 600 bed. There's already a 350 bed hospital already there, teaching hospital. So that's almost 1,000 beds. We've also now built in places like Raiwala, a mother and child hospital. So that we built about 15 across India. Yavatmal in Maharashtra, also in Andhra and Telangana. But then we realized it needs to be more preventive as opposed to them coming to the hospital. So we started something called Sai Swasthya clinics, where you can do, say, you come there, they'll just test and say, what are you feeling ill? They'll give you some medicine, or we can do telemedicine from the bigger. So the goal is to prevent the disease versus them coming for any surgery. So our goal is now, we already have about 30 these Sai Swasthya clinics. And our goal is to have 6,000 in every taluk in India. Remember, every district in India has n number of taluks. So the goal is, we are now at 28. Let's go to 6,000 taluks by 2030. Again, the goal.
That's amazing, sir.
Yeah, so the goal is to prevent. But if there's an issue, then you refer them to the mother and child. If it's a bigger issue, then you come for surgery to the 600-bed hospital.
Close to my heart is a beautiful title.
Yeah.
So, can you please share what artistic or emotional inspiration behind this title for the concert tour?
That's a very good question. So Sumit Tappu, jo aa rahe hain, is a Mumbai-based musician. Is actually his guru is Anup Jalota, right? So he was born in Fiji, and what happened was his family was also in Fiji, and so kya ho raha hai, Fiji mein, like India, the children were dying of congenital heart disease. So CHD is congenital. So the poor people, the rich people would go to New Zealand or Australia to operation hua. The poor people had nowhere to go. So Madhusudan Sai asked him to build this completely free of cost hospital for open heart surgery. Think of this now, a musician, not civil engineer like Lalit or a mechanical engineer. Musician just took that order and command from his guru and built this completely free of cost open heart surgery hospital in Suva, Fiji, for the poor children of Fiji. And so the president of Fiji came and gave him an award, humanitarian award. They also gave like a Bharat Natna equivalent to Madhusudan Sai. So that close to my heart, that is really close because he built it himself as the project manager. Zero knowledge of engineering, zero knowledge of project management.
Sumit Tappu.
Sumit Tappu, the singer.
Wow.
So that is why it's close to his heart. He has experienced building that. And so now he's on this 24 city tour of US. Half the tour is with the Fiji community because now we're building a free cath lab for interventional cardiology. And so half is for India and One World, One Family Foundation. So this is really close to his heart. He is the one who came up and said this.
It's artistic inspiration.
Artistic
I would
inspiration.
Say.
That's right. You said it better than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very, very, and you'll see he's just a wonderful person. He's almost like he's a very spiritual person. Yes, this is a Bollywood concert, but you should see some of his devotional singing. It brings tears to your eyes.
Yeah.
Because he sings from the heart.
Wow.
It's not about the pitch and the voice control. It's just from the heart. So he's brilliant. So that's why it's close to my heart.
Nice. ह्यूस्टन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स की 4th लार्जेस्ट सिटी है. यहाँ पर बहुत कॉन्सर्ट होते हैं. इनफैक्ट अभी रिसेंटली AR रहमान जी का कॉन्सर्ट हुआ था. लेजेंड सिंगर एंड म्यूजिशियन हमारे लेजेंड है. तो उनका अभी हुआ. उसके अलावा बहुत सारी बॉलीवुड पर्सनालिटीज़ ह्यूस्टन आती रहती हैं. How close to my heart is different from these kind of concerts.
Yeah, so if you remember the regular concerts like A.R. Rahman or you think of Shreya Ghoshal, that's all about for-profit concerts, right? It is really to build their image. It's not any cause. So if you think about what Sumit is doing of Close My Heart, this cause is to build this 600-bed hospital, rural hospital, largest free hospital in India. That's going to be inaugurated by Narendra Modi on the 20th of November. That cause is really to build the awareness among the Houston community, right? To say, look at what we are doing as One World, One Family Foundation. And like I said earlier, we're just building. In fact, that if you think about the tickets that you for Air Rahman, that's $200. We are actually charging only $25. And in addition to that, we're giving a free box dinner, right? So our goal is just to build the awareness of what's happening in India and the rest of the world. And then really that is the cause, right? And I said before, we just want people to sign up for this $10 a month to, get to this 100,000 by the end of 2026. So I hope Houston, at least, they would understand why this is different compared to the other concept. If you look at how we are talking about nutrition ke baare mein, or this healthcare ke baare mein, or education ke baare mein, we're just saying $10 a month is really like having 2 cups of Starbucks coffee. So if you can just spare that and not avoid, you do that sacrifice, right, for just 2 days, or if you have 2 cups of coffee in one day, you can donate that to this cause. Yeah.
So entertainment भी मिलेगा आपको
खाना भी मिलेगा.
खाना भी मिल रहा है, and there is a beautiful cause behind it.
Yes, सही बात है. That's right.
The largest hospital.
Free hospital in all
Free
of,
hospital जो inaugurate होगा नवंबर में श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के थ्रू.
जरूर.
That's amazing. I'm sure कि बहुत सारे लोग हमारे ह्यूस्टन में ही बहुत एक्साइटेड होंगे ये सुनने के बाद, और वो डेफिनेटली ज्वाइन करना चाहेंगे.
थैंक यू सो मच.
और मतलब आपने बहुत नॉमिनल कॉस्ट रखा है $25.
Yes,
तो अगर कोई कॉन्सर्ट में किसी वजह से नहीं आ पा रहा है, मे बी ही हैड सम प्रायर कमिटमेंट्स और सो, how they can contribute to to this beautiful cause?
It's a very good question. So if they just go to OWOF.foundation, OWOF stands for One World, One Family. So OWOF.foundation. You can just go to that website and there's a contribute page, and there you can just put in your credit card for $10 a month.
Wow. उसके अलावा अगर आप कोई वॉलंटियर बनना चाहे या किसी तरह से संस्था से और जुड़ना चाहे कि हम कुछ और अपना टाइम देकर के भी काम कर सकते हैं, वो कैसे किया जा सकता है?
So if you remember, I told you we're now serving the nutrition in 20 states of India. So जब आप जाते हैं, wherever you go, whichever part of India from, if you let us know, we'll connect you to that government school that's giving that free food to the children. We can connect you to the free hospital in that area. We can connect you to the education. So you can actually, they want to hear from us. Oh, to America, say, wow, they're so excited, the children, Tell us what you do. Oh, Shilpi ji is doing a podcast. Wow. She was a IIM, professor, and then she became an RJ, and now she's doing, they want to hear that kind of, that they can dream unlimited. That dream should be something that doesn't constrain them, because these are rural children, you have to remember. Yeah. So any of the volunteers or people from Houston, if they can tell us where they're going, we'll connect them to one of these 3 verticals, and they can actually go and speak to these children. They'll be so excited.
दैट्स अमेजिंग। आई एम श्योर कि बहुत सारे लोग जुड़ना चाहेंगे इससे, क्योंकि मैं अगर अपना ही एग्जांपल दूं तो कई बार हमें ना समझ नहीं आता कि हम किस संस्था से जुड़े, कि हमारे पैसा अगर हम किसी कहीं दे रहे हैं तो वो सही जगह यूज़ भी हो रहा है, या फिर हम अपना टाइम भी देना चाहते हैं लेकिन हमें एक सही रास्ता नहीं पता होता। तो आई एम श्योर आपके इस नोबल कॉज जो आपने बताया इतने लोगों को ये फ़ायदा दे रहा है, और 3 तरह से जो आपने बताया कि एक गवर्नमेंट कर रही है और लोग कर रहे हैं जो CSR के थ्रू, प्लस एक आप कर रहे हैं। तो ये ट्रायंगल जो आपने बैठाया है, यहाँ पर हम अपना टाइम कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, दैट्स अमेजिंग। या एक और चीज़, जिन लोगों को वन वर्ड वन फैमिली फाउंडेशन के बारे में अब तक नहीं पता था और वो आपके बारे में पहली बार सुन रहे हैं, उनके लिए आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
हाँ ज़रूर। इनफैक्ट आप जानते हैं कि वन ऑफ द पीपल ऑन द बोर्ड विद अस एंड विथ मी इज सुनील गावस्कर। हु डज नॉट नो द नेम ऑफ सुनील गावस्कर, राइट? एंड अभी आई हैड आल्सो सेंट यू दैट 43-second clip, and he was so touched by this cause. In fact, he said, my first innings was a batsman for India, second innings is commentator for India, third innings is really to help with these 3 verticals of one world, one family. So for somebody like him to be so excited that everybody can recognize, if they can hear that snippet, if you add that to this podcast,
या बिल्कुल।
his credibility is 100x my credibility. So when they hear that from him, I think they'll be excited. Somebody like him is so moved by this cause that he's willing to give his time and energy and come.
तो आप उनसे कैसे कनेक्ट हुए, या फिर वो आपसे?
हाँ, so Sunil Gavaskar and his family are long-time Sathya Sai Baba devotees. And just like me, when he heard about Madhusudan Sai, who was a student of Sathya Sai Baba, focused on these 3 verticals, he was so taken up that he wanted to actually participate in. So we actually now have a free cricket match every year called the Sachin Tendulkar Sunil Gavaskar Trophy in Mudanhalli. So cricketers come from all over the world to participate in this free, and that's one of the reasons we're building the awareness. So the main thing is, up till now, we haven't really done much in terms of brand awareness. Since you're a marketing person, we wanted to show that we have a track record. We have a track record in nutrition, track record in education, track record in health. Now we're starting the branding with people like, Sachin Tendulkar and Sunil Gavaskar. A.R. Rahman, you brought up, he was in Mudanhalli 2 weeks ago. And he wanted to come and see what was happening, and he was so touched by that. I'll send you a write-up on that also.
Please. और ये बहुत बड़ी फाउंडेशन है।
Yes.
इसकी एक देख रेख अगर हम बात करें, जैसे कि हमने शुरू में ही बात की थी ट्रांसपेरेंसी की, ये चीज़ें होती हैं। अगर मान लिया मैं आपसे जुड़ी हूँ, मुझे पता है कि ये चीज़ ऑथेंटिक है, थर्ड पर्सन जो हमसे नहीं जुड़ा हुआ, वो अगर जानना चाहे कि सही जगह जा रहा है, सही तरह से है, उसकी जानकारी वो कैसे ले सकता है?
The best thing I would like them to visit one of these. See, the best thing is to experience. We can talk about all the numbers. We talk 0.2%. But agar they visit one of these schools, jo bacche are studying, getting the free breakfast, they visit one of these educational institutions that are across India, visit one of the hospitals, that will give them the experience of, wow, this is really being used for the right reasons. Because there is no billing counter in any of these 3 verticals, right? 0. I told you, sirf dil, no bill. That's the mantra.
Audits bhi hote hain aapke?
Yes, we have audits. We have US audits on the money. So we are currently in 100 countries.
Wow.
So I'm talking specifically of India because Concert for a Cause. But you won't believe it, Shilpi, that people from all over the world have contributed to this hospital because they're so touched by this. They know India is still coming up as a rising economy, but rural India is so difficult, and they're really touched by this cause of giving free healthcare, free education to the rural poor. So now we've started in these countries. It starts usually nutrition. जो बच्चे लोग को वहाँ भी अफ्रीका में भी these children are so poor. So we've started an education program in Nigeria where we started a free hospital. We started a free hospital in Fiji, free hospital in Sri Lanka, free hospital in Turkey. So all these people came and saw, why can't we do this in our own country? So now, starting next week, August 16th, say we're having 100. So this year is Sathya Sai Baba's 100th birthday celebration. So starting August 16th, every day till November 23rd, we have 100 countries coming to Mudanhalli and Bang. 100 countries. They're supposed to present their culture,
Yeah.
जो उनकी
जी,
देश की culture.
जी,
They're supposed to talk about the humanitarian walk. They
जी.
talk their spirituality, जो Christian हो या Muslim हो or Hindu or Buddhist. Talk about what they're doing. What are they doing for the community, right? भाषण नहीं चाहिए हमें. What are you doing for the people of your country? And that's so. Starting on August 16th, New Zealand is the first country that's coming.
बिल्कुल.
So a lot of my friends, I can't get away because a lot of my friends are going. Actually, left this week to
For
go
the event.
for 100 days. They told their boss, "हम जा रहे हैं. Whether you want me to keep the job or not, I don't care. I'm going." They're so passionate about it. They wanted to experience the full 100 days. Yeah.
इतने पैशनेट लोग जुड़े हैं, शायद इसीलिए इतना बड़ा कॉज पे काम हो
जरूर,
पा रहा है.
that's right, 100%. अगर
Yeah.
the जुनून नहीं है तो you can't. You see, one day you wake up as but when you're so passionate about, and you see the difference it's making in बच्चों को, yeah, that is what's exciting, you know. And
amazing.
one day one of them can be the next Abdul Kalam, or they can be the next Shilpi to do. Yeah, I mean, the sky is the limit for these children because they just have to get the opportunity.
जी,
वही है, yeah.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. थैंक यू सो मच विवेक फॉर ऑल द इनसाइट. बहुत कुछ मैंने खुद से बहुत कुछ सीखा है, बहुत इंस्पायर्ड हुई हूँ मैं आपकी खुद की जर्नी से. एक छोटी सी चीज़ अगर आप मेरे व्यूअर्स को बताना चाहें कि बहुत सारे लोग ये कहते हैं कि हमारे पास समय नहीं है, ये हम कैसे करें. मैं एक छोटी सी अगर आप अपने बारे में बता देना ताकि लोग उस चीज़ से इंस्पायर हों कि आप खुद कितनी सारी चीज़ें करते हैं और फिर भी आप इतने बड़े कॉज के साथ जुड़े हैं.
It's all about priorities. You know, I have my day job. I'm a CEO of a software company. And so I do that work. I finish that work. But this is, you know, that's my karma to do that job. I have to do the best. But this ability to be part of the One World, One Family Fund, I can tell you I spend as much time every day on this cause as I do my day job. Because it's so meaningful, you know. You feel that ultimately the purpose of life is to have a life of purpose. So everybody has to find their own way. And so it's just a question of priorities. So maybe I don't go to as many parties as I should have. I love Bollywood music, by the way. But it's just about priorities. And this is a very big priority for me. But it's a little easier because we're empty nesters also. I'm not taking the children to school and being an Uber driver.
आपने कब से शुरू किया ये काम साथ में संस्था से जुड़ के?
2017, we started with
2017,
Madhusudan Sai. But
Madhusudan
before
Sai,
that, we were doing other work by Houston. Maybe we were going to the Children's Protective Services, which is where they take children who, you know, who are going to go into foster homes. We were serving the elderly people free. We were playing bingo with them, giving them some food, sandwiches, and also this was part of the Bal Vikas program in the Sai organization. Just you have like Chinmaya Mission, or
जी.
so we've been doing that. Luckily for me, you know, I had an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
So the first thing this is an interesting story. First thing my wife said, I want to come and see Sathya Sai Baba. I said, look, I was in the US for 5 years. What are you saying? You know, we are all Krishna Bhakts and Shiva Bhakts and Ram Bhakt.
Yeah.
So no, you have to come and see him. I said, look, that arranged marriage, let me get this marriage not off on the wrong foot. We barely know each other. You know, I got married in 2 weeks after meeting her.
Right.
So I said, I'll come. So you won't believe this. So we went to see him in Bangalore. There's an ashram there. I was sitting with my father. The girls, men and boys are girls and women and men are separated. I was sitting, and suddenly Sathya Sai Baba walked in, right? And I looked at him and I said, wow. And then from the top, it's a clear blue sky, like Houston, blue sky. From the top of his head, lightning bolts were going like, dang, dang. From the top into the sky, reverse gear. And I turned to my father, Pitaji, aap dekh sakte? He couldn't see it. Only I could see it. So I knew there was a message for me that at some point I'm going to be involved in your mission.
Wow.
That was like a turning. So you have to experience your
turning point था जब आप.
That's right. Because it is, think about it, from the top of your head, lightning goes.
बिल्कुल.
It's something that you can't imagine. Yeah.
बिल्कुल.
So I said, this is not an ordinary person. This is something more. And then when he talked about the service, you know, his mantra was love all, serve all.
जी.
So the more you love, the more you serve, and the more you serve, the more you love.
बिल्कुल.
So it's a circle.
It's a circle. Yeah. थैंक यू विवेक जी.
Thank you so much.
आप अपने नाम की तरह ही विवेकानंद,
Yes,
उसी तरह ही आपके सारी बातें हैं और आप उसी तरह से लोगों के लिए काम कर रहे हैं.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are doing a wonderful service, by the way, by, you know, having not only people, I saw some of your other podcasts, getting people aware of what's happening in the community, whichever field it is. I think that's a great service that you are doing as part of your job. So
We are
Thank you so much
learning.
for your service. Thank
Thank you.
Lalit also for being a naval partner and supporting
Yeah.
you in this effort. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.